Today we are going to start the topic called mobile operating system, which is one of the subtopics in your lesson number 1. Already there has been one chapter made. Already we have discussed this in the first part, the core functions of your mobile operating system without which the mobile cannot run, like ASP, memory, processor. All these things were taught in the previous class, but those were the primary functions necessary for your mobile operating system must to have it. Today we are going to add some additional features to your mobile so that your mobile works in a better way. Let us see one by one what features are left to be covered. The first feature is called as camera ISP. Everybody is aware of the cameras. That camera is helping us to take the photographs. We take photographs with the cameras, and not only we click the photographs, but we also take the videographies with it. But what is extra added in your camera is a component called ISP. It stands for integrated processing chip. What is it responsible for? First of all, let me give you the brief definition of it. It is a small integrated chip embedded in your mobile which gives you some additional features so that user can click photographs but with the better results. The DSLR cameras, if you have used or at least if you have some knowledge about it, you might know that they offers some features like white balance, autofocus, night mode. What do they add? They add some additional functionality to your photography so that in the absence of light, when there is less light, it balances the light in such a way that the photographs comes good. Again, during the daytime, when there is lot of light exposure, that time also you need to balance the light so your quality of the images is not getting distorted. These are just, I am giving you few features, but this is not the end limit to it. Other many features are available in your mobile, all thanks to this small feature called ISP, in image signal processors, which is simply a specialized digital signal processor which is embedded in it. And you can use, see on the screen over here, there is a word called Thine. This is the person who invented this feature. On his name, the name was invented. The Thine was supposed to invent this feature. These are some of the features just I have written out, that you find auto exposure, autofocus, white balance, but there are many more features which your cameras are offering. Then next topic to cover is your display unit. Your display unit of mobile is somewhat different from the display of your computer. In case of computer, you have keyboard or mouse as the input and display monitor is your output device. But when we talk about mobile screen, for mobile screen, the display is your input also as well as your output also. User will give the input also through the display unit, and it will give the output also on the same screen. There is no separate input unit on the mobile. What more do you find on it? There are names of all the apps on the display screen. We find all the applications which the user is using. The few are the user apps and few are the system apps. Second thing is, user is allowed to use the display screen with the help of the multi-touch screen gestures. And to make this touch screen work, you may use two things on it. Either the user may make use of the finger, or you may prefer to use the stylus pens. In few years back, the mobile phones were coming with an inbuilt stylus pens inside it. So these two things can be used for passing on the input to the mobile screen. Another thing what you have to learn is on what technology your display screen works. Your display screen works on the LCD technology of which your televisions are working. LCD stands for liquid crystal display. There is a liquid backside of the display which helps to accept the input also and to produce the output also. That is why if we press our finger little bit forcefully around your finger, you find a small circle and there is a random image generating. What is the thing responsible? The thing responsible is that liquid which is present behind this. But a better advanced version of our LCD is TFT LCD. TFT is thin. TFT stands for thin film transistors. But the disadvantage with this TFT is it consumes lot of your battery life. So mobile phone battery will drain very soon. Now next in the mobile is memory. The memory function is almost similar to the computer memory. As in the computer also there are two types of memories available, one called primary and the secondary memory. The primary memory will lose the data as soon as we turn off the computer. Same way here also the memory is divided into two parts. The RAM memory is needed for the apps which the user is using right now. Whichever apps the user is using, the data for that has to be loaded in the RAM chip. Sometimes you may come across that the speed of your mobile gets reduced to a greater extent and mobile stops functioning to speed very less. The reason behind this is all the apps which you have opened have been loaded in the RAM memory and the RAM memory efficiency will reduce if the storage space of the RAM will run out. But at the same time, as I mentioned, the RAM is volatile by nature. That means you cannot save the data on the RAM chip. It is only for the instant running of the apps. To save the data permanently, we have another memory called internal memory in the memory phone. A certain amount of effort in every mobile which will allow the user to store all the apps which user needs, as well as he can store all the files and other things needed by it. Apart from it, the user can also add the additional extra SD card for storing the data. So these two memory types are there. One is inbuilt RAM memory for applications and the additional extra memory. The last one to learn is the power management, or you can say the battery management, which is very major part of your mobile because we are connecting Wi-Fi through it. Battery do not last long. In the computer we are connecting with the cable wire, so continuously it keeps working, but with the mobile phone the battery drains quickly. There has to be a system which regulates our phone so battery lasts for the longer period of time. To look after this, there are few points to be taken is, number one is continuously monitoring the power connections and keep charging the batteries as and when required. Second, controlling the power to another integrated circuits, and whenever not required you can shut down the computer apps which are not needed by you. Unnecessary system applications which are running in the background, you can just turn off them, and bringing the phone system to the power on and off. Same like in the computer we have the sleep mode, you can put it over here also in the sleep mode. And there is one terminology used called PMU, called as power management unit, which is a feature responsible for controlling all the power management part of your computer. It is up to the PMU how efficiently to look after the battery management of the your mobile. Then you may find on the mobile, this new mobile covers, when you buy it or when you read the book, there is a word called mAh, which is milliampere. This is the unit in which we measure our capacity of the battery. This mAh will tell you how long the battery will be lasting. After charging it fully charged, the mobile will continue working for how many hours. This is all. Thank you so much.